It's WAPI webinars again with you. I'm very glad to see you.
I could say that India and Australia are ones of the fast-growing Amazon marketplaces.
Sounds like it will be difficult to compete there.
So of course you need to be competitive, but at the same time to have the price which is profitable for you.
Let's go. Hi everybody, it's WAPI webinars again with you. I'm very glad to see you. Today I have a wonderful guest. My guest is Sarra Maatallah. Sarra, hi.
Hi, WAPI community, and thank you for having me today. I'm happy to join you in your webinar.
Thank you very much. As you remember, we bring people from the e-commerce world to you. So Sarra is a wonderful speaker. She is an e-commerce growth strategist and Amazon advertising expert. She has nearly a decade of experience under her belt in managing and scaling global commercial operations, with 7 years of them managing e-commerce projects. And Sarra is founder of eCommense, right?
Yes.
eCommense. Cool. Sarra, so can you tell us how you appeared in the e-commerce world? What is your journey? Like this, I love this part very much, because to hear what people were doing before the e-commerce and how they shifted to the e-commerce. This is a very interesting always.
Yes. So again, thank you for having me. So how I arrived to this field of e-commerce, and especially Amazon. Actually, it's been exactly 7 years, and I was working before with well-known agencies based in Europe. So I held and I led a department of account management, managing portfolios of clients, of sellers and vendors, working on all the aspects of helping them to list, to scale, and to grow on Amazon globally. So my experience falls into managing brands, selling in North America, in all the marketplaces in Europe, and also in the Middle East. And before that, actually, I've been having an international experience as a sales executive, taking care of the foreign departments in a manufacturing company based in Turkey. I did that for 1 year. Then I managed to get my master's degree in business administration and entrepreneurship. And then I arrived to Luxembourg around 8 years ago, where I actually joined these agencies and companies and started my journey on managing brands and sellers on Amazon. So yeah, this is a little bit. So
at what point you decided to found company eCommense?
Well, actually, this happened a few months ago. It's the early this year. So I love and I'm passionate about what I'm doing, and the idea came to my mind is keeping helping and supporting brands while being independent, to do the consulting. And this is how it came, the idea of eCommense. And eCommense is like immense e-commerce, so it's very similar to the word e-commerce. So I wanted to get something very close to give an insights and hints about what I'm doing, which is offering e-commerce services. And yeah, here it is.
So it's the journey of your entrepreneurship just started.
Exactly, as an entrepreneur, just started.
Yeah, good luck for you. It's a wonderful journey, wonderful, full of different emotions, ups and downs. But when you start to love it, you can't go back. This is the new life.
Exactly. I think the ups and downs go through all the levels of being an entrepreneur, but of course it's different from the beginner level to after a few years being an entrepreneur, or being actually a mature entrepreneur, dozens of years. But I'm enjoying the experience and the learning so far, a lot of learnings. And as you said, like one-man show, you do everything. You're the entrepreneur, taking care of all the aspects and helping brands, but at the same time growing, the company. So it's exciting.
Cool. That's a wonderful journey. So we will discuss something that you know about a lot. Our topic today is mastering product launches and scaling on Amazon. We will start from some general things. And the first one would be about the landscape of Amazon global marketplaces. And of course, everybody is interested in trends, in something new. And what is interesting is what are the most rapidly growing international marketplaces in Amazon right now?
Yeah, well, it's a very interesting topic and question, of course. Well, as we know, Amazon is so big in North America when it comes to marketplace, US, then it came to the UK, Germany, growing marketplaces in Europe. But seeing the trends and what's happening, I could say that India and Australia are ones of the fast growing Amazon marketplaces in the current time, and of course from the pandemic. In terms of growing, and at the same time, growing as well, not only awareness about the marketplaces and the purchase power, but also growing sales and revenue there for international brands. But when we talk also about emerging marketplaces, that is also the Middle East. So we have Amazon UAE, Amazon KSA are also now being ones of the growing and fast growing also marketplaces when it comes of brands who would like to launch in there to be visible and to create some brand awareness. So more or less, let's say Southeast Asia and also the Middle East at the same time.
Well, in the Middle East, what countries in the Middle East would you mention?
UAE, United Arab Emirates, and Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Yeah, you know that UAE, Amazon UAE is actually Amazon acquired a big e-commerce marketplace called Souk there. It used to be a local marketplace, so Amazon acquired it and, of course, renamed it into Amazon.ae. And it started, and then it joined by Amazon Saudi Arabia, and also Amazon Saudi Arabia showing a high traffic and impressions in there because of, the Middle East in general and the Gulf countries are, the people and the economy there is very flourishing and it's very strong. So the power of purchase, it's very interesting. And this is what helped in the growth of these marketplaces. Besides that, most of the people use an internet, like the stats show around 99%. So a lot of people use an online marketplaces, apps to purchase and, have their goods delivered to their houses. So all of this, helped Amazon strategize and also choose these strategic countries, especially to launch Amazon. And it's now followed by a third marketplace, which is Egypt. Egypt might not fall into the same purchase power when it comes to Gulf countries like Saudi and UAE, but it is growing because also of the growing population in there. And yeah, it's also a new region that it's now kind of fast growing. It had over 50% growth since actually the pandemic. And this says a lot about the future of e-commerce in there.
So what you would name the main criteria to choose, like what country to go for? You were saying about the purchase, like ability of the country, like the amount of people that live there. What are the main criteria?
I believe this is the main criteria, and this is how Amazon, for example, seen the Middle East and to start by UAE and the growth, and especially the support also of governments in there. Like government is really supporting businesses, either local businesses to start to grow or foreign businesses to come and invest. So there are a lot of facilities when it comes to low taxation to no taxation for some zones that they created for foreign investors, facilities, laws, financial, of course, support. Just to name, recently I've been reading an article, Saudi proposed over $7 billion as support for local brands to start, startups.
It sounds like it will be difficult to compete there if the local ones have such big support.
Well, I think there are different laws in there that even for foreign brands, they need to have local partners to actually establish their brands and start selling. So at the end, it's a win-win, between locals and foreigners, in terms of investment. So what I wanted to say about this is the region is having let's say, the purchase power to support either locals, investors, or internationals to come and also work in there. So it's one of the regions, let's say, it's interesting to strategize into the global expansion when it comes to international brand. within this year or the next few years. Yeah.
And what would be like the first 2, 3, 5 steps for a seller if he decides, okay, I want to go and start to sell in Saudi Arabia?
Well, first of all, I think choosing the product would be the right thing, because talking again about mature marketplaces, we cannot still compare Amazon US, Amazon UK, Amazon Germany to Amazon Saudi or UAE, because the maturity of the marketplaces here, these marketplaces are fast growing, but they still not yet mature in terms of data. We don't have yet a lot of data to benchmark and to see. So most importantly is actually to study the culture, study the local brands, products, categories, which are actually most purchased and more interesting to launch. By studying your product, you need, of course, to prepare all the aspects about the product, like you launch it in any other marketplace in any country. It's the same, taking care about the listing, taking care about your stock, about the production, about the content, visuals, and so on. And then when it comes about establishing it there, it's very important to contact local agencies or the government to see all the VAT, the taxation rules, what to do exactly, and take it from there. Once you have the, let's say, the e-commerce license, you can actually start having your Amazon account and launching your products.
Local agencies, you mean local Amazon agencies?
Not really, but more about launching your company or registering your company.
So lawyers and law agencies more.
Kind of, not too much lawyers, but there are, for example, I can give you a quick idea. For example, UAE is provided 2 types of places. They call the free zones and they call the mainlands. So free zone is where you are, as a foreign investor, you can actually be there, but you don't need to pay taxes. But mainland, actually, once you be there and register a company in the mainland, you need to pay taxes. So there are these small rules, but both have pros and cons. So you need really to contact. There are agencies now helping foreign investors to establish. So they guide them about the process, the documentation, and this is what I'm talking mostly about.
I'm just asking for people what to put in Google. Like what to write there? Agency, what agency?
What to write in there? Well, yeah, it's like how to start selling or how to launch a company in UAE and plenty. And also like I have contacts if anyone interested, like some agencies and so on that can support with this process as well.
Thank you very much for watching our webinars. I hope you like it. So my company WAPI is creating all of this, and I'll take my chance and tell you a little bit more about WAPI. If you're selling something, for example, you're selling wonderful sunglasses, you live in Italy and the Italian market is full of your sunglasses and everybody is very happy. So now you want to go global, you want to go international. So what you need to find the right sales channel, and then you need to send all these products to your customers. That's where WAPI comes in. We have integrated a huge amount of sales channels. We have a huge amount of partners, service providers in e-com that will help you to expand to any country where you want. Send us an email, ask your question. Our key account manager will help you to grow your business to a new level. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you that you subscribe and stay tuned.
So what are the most common mistakes sellers make in their product listings? Can you share with us?
Yeah, sure. Well, sellers in general and brands often they underestimate the power of a great listing, content, visuals, images when they launch their products. Mostly they maybe do competitor analysis and they see what are the categories most selling, what type of products I need to start with, and the moment they have samples and then they purchase the first stock, they launch. So for them, for example, the matter of just listing using the EAN, creating an ASIN, putting a title, one image, they think that's enough. They put a price, it's a competitive price, and that's good. It will help them sell. But there are plenty of other factors that actually will help your listing to showcase and display organically in front of customers who's coming to search. So it's very, very important that you recognize the importance of having a well-optimized copy when it comes to title, when it comes to bullet points, when it comes to product description, and images as well. Having the main image, it's not enough. You need to have other images talking about features, talking about advantages of using the product, or putting the product on its use, like a lifestyle image with models, putting it in its place, let's say. And would be even more interesting to have a video. So it's very nice to have video, and either you have a internal graphic designer, or you hire someone, or you use a software to do that. It's very important that you optimize your copy to help you in a successful launch. So I believe these are most common, let's say, mistakes that sellers don't really recognize. And then after running their product 5-6 months, they still see they're not making the sales they were estimating. It's just because they didn't invest and put efforts into having a great copy to help with their SEO, to help with their organic ranking, and with their visibility, of course.
So the more you use all the potential of the listing, the more chance for success you have.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, cool. And how can enhanced brand content elevate the product's visibility?
Yeah, so when we talk about enhanced brand content that used to be called this way, nowadays it's more called A+ page, and it's any piece of content which falls under the bullet points. So replacing where we have the product description, if you don't have A+ page. How this is important, this is kind of a follow-up to talk more about your product, but more in a visual way. So we use it to have the A+ page that you can create it for free. It's a tool on Amazon. But now we have even the A+ Premium for free, which actually brands before used to pay a lot of money to have that activated. Now Amazon, since last year, activated this for free for, of course, registered sellers and brands. And here you can use banners, you can use visuals, you can use even videos in the Amazon, in the A+ Premium. So all of this can be more a follow-up to showcase your product, put it in a lifestyle, show a comparison chart as well. Let's say you are an apparel brand and you're selling plenty of jackets. Every jacket has its own use, one waterproof, one, I don't know, leather, one this, one that, and you are in the product page of one of them. But you want to showcase to the end consumer who's interested on checking or seeing that product that you sell other different type of jackets that can help him actually even that can help you, as a brand to cross-sell and to create more awareness about your different range of products and categories. So you have the A+ page as a place where you can actually include this type of comparative chart or table where you put different range of your products or different range of your categories and put all the features in there. So this is why the enhanced brand content that falls more at the half of your product page, very important to work on it and to input it.
Cool. And what about the backend keyword optimization? How crucial it is, and how does it differ from the front-end optimization?
Yeah, well, the important, let's maybe just first talk about what is front-end keywords and backend keywords. Front-end keywords are everything that the end consumer or the customer is seeing in front of them. Means product description and so on, and this is what you see in front of you. But there is other backend that you can actually input and include into the backend of your copy. So when you go to edit your product info, you can add any other search term keyword that you didn't put in your title and bullet points and you had no place. And this is when we talk about the backend keywords. So the backend keywords are more there to actually stimulate the algorithm and be in the backend. So it will help with the organic traffic once as well the end consumer is searching about some specific keywords for a specific product. Some sellers, unfortunately, when they list their product, they forget to fill in that field of actually backend keywords, while you still have there around 200 characters to fill in. So you can even put more keywords related to your product in there. So it's very important to make sure that you have your backend keywords relevant and in their place.
And according to our previous topic,
yeah,
are these listing logics and strategies the same on all the marketplaces, or they differ?
When it comes to all of this listing, it is always the same, of course. Yeah, it is the same, because this is how the system of Amazon works. And you're coming to sell a product that you have other hundreds of thousands of sellers selling the same type of product. So you need to differentiate, you need to be better, you need to have a well-optimized listing. So you need to invest efforts into that. And of course, this will pay off at the end in terms of organic visibility and of course for sales velocity.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. And what about the prices? So I think price is one of very difficult thing to do, because you have to be competitive, and you have to adjust the prices. What is the strategy of working with the prices?
Yeah, I think the strategy when it starts, it's always put in the price that is actually competitive when looking at other competitors, the price that they are selling with. So for this, you can do it manually or use tools like Helium 10, Jungle Scout, and so on, to do a competitive analysis and see the other products in the similar category, what their prices. And of course, you need to calculate your own cost, the cost of production, the cost of shipment, logistics, the FBA fees, storage fees, and so on, in order to create your profit margin. So of course, you need to be competitive, but at the same time, to have the price which is profitable for you, so you're not losing money. So this is how actually you decide to put your price. And that's why it's programs like FBA and like the seller program in general, it's very advantageous when it comes to this, because you as a seller, as a brand, you control your own prices, not Amazon. You're not selling stock to Amazon, and Amazon later on controlling your prices, and it might harm your profit margin and so on. But here you control. So you need to do your analysis. Once your analysis is done, to see also your internal calculation and see how much profit you're putting, and then you can optimize based on that. And most of the questions that comes from sellers is like, how can I adjust my prices? So this is actually a very important question when it comes to adjusting and the frequency of adjusting. But what I can say is, if you're selling a product which is, let's say, very standard, let's say electronic gadgets, accessories, where you're having already a good margin of profit, so you can actually decrease or go lower to be competitive and to sell more. But when it's kind of a big, large product, luxurious, expensive, I believe adjusting the prices, it's not something you can do frequently, but it's more something you can control manually, and you do maybe seasonally. So it's not, I don't advise to do and adjust and decrease, a lot. And we don't forget that Amazon system is a very price sensitive system, the algorithm. So the moment you frequently keep decreasing or something, the system will get used to that. So you cannot later on go back to your original price, because this will harm your ranking, and you will go back, to very far, let's say, levels of ranking, and this will hurt your margin and visibility as well.
Yeah, but also, even if your prices strategy is pretty good, if you got bad reviews, I think nothing will work out. So interesting is to hear how significant are initial reviews for product success.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like we talked now actually through all the stages of launching a product, what mistakes to not do when we list the product, how we price, our pricing strategy should be. And then once we put our price in place, we have well optimized content, how we're gonna get or gather reviews, because the first reviews are very important, and sellers and brands should be very careful to keep these reviews come honestly from verified purchase customers, or from programs that Amazon is providing to brands. And to mention some of these programs, we have the Early Reviewer program, which is a program available in Sarra Central, where you can pay a small fee and Amazon will contact the people who purchase your products, so it's really verified purchase, and encourage them to put a review, honest review, no matter what it is. They need to be honest, either 1 star or 5 stars, and Amazon will kind of pay them a symbolic kind of voucher, $3 to $5, something like that, per voucher, Amazon voucher, for them to buy a next purchase. So this is one program. There is the other very famous program, which is called the Bind program, which originally was available for vendors and now for both sellers and vendors. And here you can enroll your products as samples to go for free for customers that Amazon will be choosing based on their historical, let's say, reviews and purchase. So they're honest reviewers, and these customers are free to put an honest review on your product. So these are few ways that Amazon put in place to help brands encourage and have some early reviews in order to help your products get in place in terms of selling, and to provide some trust, because as an end consumer, you need to see minimum 15 reviews, 4 stars, in order to feel okay, this is a good product to buy. So that honesty and trust that the customer will put in a product, you need also to invest some effort, some time into having these kind of reviews for that.
Yeah, I would say that even 15 is not enough. I would not buy the product if there are only 15 reviews. I would search for hundreds. Then I'm like safe. I feel myself safe.
Exactly. That's why it's like minimum to have 15 to in order to help the product, sell, and also to help the product to be eligible for other types of deals that Amazon provide. Because if you have less than that, you cannot be eligible also to enroll into deals like lightning deals and best deals and so on. So that's the minimum required.
And what about the external traffic? Do you usually advise to your clients to use external traffic or not?
Absolutely, and we're living in an era of time which actually creative content is something very huge now, and you can see this through TikTok, through Instagram, through all these short videos linked to products. The most hashtag used in social media is the TikTok hashtag. TikTok made me buy it, and all of this, there are plenty of influencers who actually use a product, post a small video about it, and link that, let's say, to Amazon product page. So social media can bring a huge traffic into your Amazon pages. So it should be something considered within your marketing strategy, to having either posts in your social media or videos linking back and bringing that external traffic back to your product pages to help selling. And if you heard recently, there is something else that Amazon even implemented. There is the sponsored product ads, which used to be only on Amazon platform, but now Amazon had an agreement with other tools like Pinterest, like BuzzFeed, websites, where now the sponsored product ad will be displayed on this. So it's again Amazon encouraging that even you create the ad on your Amazon advertising console, the ad will be displayed not only on Amazon search results or on the product page, but it will go outside to BuzzFeed and to Pinterest. So imagine you're in Pinterest searching for a product, and then you have an Amazon ad in there. So you click and you go to the product page of that product. So all of this showing how much the importance of external traffic to bring back and to help the sales and on Amazon.
So what is the name of the system in Amazon to use their like native network?
Well, you know, it's not something new. It's just for them, they activated the display. So we have the advertising console. We have 3 types of campaigns we can launch: sponsored product ads, sponsored brands ads, and sponsored display ads. For the sponsored product ads, that usually have, when you launch an ad, automatic ad campaign or manual ad campaign, usually it will show into the search results pages on Amazon, or into the product page if you're targeting a product, let's say. But now Amazon will display that even outside of Amazon, and it will be shown on Pinterest and BuzzFeed and so on. So
can you somehow influence on which pages? No. Or no? Just
that's a big question, because this announcement just happened a couple of weeks ago, and there was a lot of talk about it here and there, even on LinkedIn. And the idea, like, Amazon didn't give any more info about it. So they said this is happening, but as we are advertisers, we would like to have control, as you said, because
of course.
Exactly, it didn't work. If you want to control your budget, if you want to control your bidding in those places, so you need really to have control, and we don't see this yet. And
you have to have control of the pages. If they don't give you the outcome that you want, you have to delete this page, and you have to work with it.
Exactly. I'm sure Amazon doing this as a beta, and then they will test and see, because it always starts like that, and it's not available for every seller. So if a seller has this, try to witness and see, but hopefully we will have control over bids and over adjustments, and even like to negate or to stop displaying in one of these websites if it's not really working, because this of course will be decreasing the conversion rate, and it will be increasing the bidding, because if you will be displaying in many places, it will be more competitive. So it's more you know, to watch and see now. It's just happening, so we will see.
Cool. So what about the promotions on Amazon? So what types of Amazon ads? We have just discussed it, but what do you think? What are the most effective for new products?
Yeah, well, again, as I was talking, sponsored products are always the most effective when it comes to launching a product. You start with automatic campaigns and also manual campaign if you have an idea about the search terms, most used search terms, the velocity of search and traffic of your product. And once launching that, so then optimize and see to help you more strategize and launching more sponsored brand ads, sponsored display ads. And also I would really encourage to launch a coupon, which is a voucher with the green tag in the beginning, because this will help the system to see that there is a discount. And you know, again, the system of Amazon is a very price sensitive. So as much as you show there is a discount, there is a voucher, there is a deal, it will push more your product organically. So imagine you have an ad sponsored, so you pay for that ad, but at the same time it's shown with the green tag. So it's kind of, you're doing 2-in-1, and you're helping your product to be more visible, but especially to be more clicked. So the click-through rate will be high. And of course, this will lead to a high conversion where people will be buying that product. So a combination between sponsored product ads and voucher for the first month, as much as the voucher, even the minimum 5%, as much as your margin allows, that will be very beneficial for the launch of your product.
So, and what about the budget? Always the people who start, they are afraid of what is the amount of budget, and what actually, how to determine the advertising budget, for example. Can you give some tips?
Yes. Well, what I always advise my clients is how much you have budget based on the, let's say, the forecast sales you're estimating to your product for the first month. So we always take the KPI of TACOS, which is the total advertising cost of sale. So if 20% of that allows you, I would always advise to start with 20%, and from there watch and see. So 20% TACOS, it means you 20% of your let's say revenue or sales will be going into investment into advertising. So for the first months it goes like that, and then watch and see and optimize. So the idea is to decrease that into going into, I don't know, 10, 8% with time. But if you start very slow and very low and you don't invest enough, you will not have the potential you're looking for. So it's very important that you invest in the beginning, put some budget into it, and then optimize and see. To decrease that, to decrease the take cost, which is the total advertising cost of sale, and to increase the ROAS, which is the return on advertising sale. Yeah.
Okay, I think we can discuss a lot. We have a million questions to discuss, but the time is coming to the end of the podcast. I would have few questions more. So we are entering the Q4, the time when everybody is earning money, everybody is waiting for Q4 every year. So maybe you can give some tips on the Q4, how to earn maximum during the last 3 months of this year.
Yeah, well, we're already approaching September. So first of all, in October, Amazon already announced that we will have the October deals, which is kind of like a Prime, but this year I think it's named Prime Big Deals, something like that, I forgot. So we have in October, then we have Black Friday, Cyber Monday in November, then we have holidays, Christmas, and so on. So yeah, it's a very high, big season. What I would advise is, I'm sure most of the brands already worked on this, which is inventory. You need always to prepare and forecast for your inventory in advance. It's not something that you just discover at last minute or 1 week or 2 before the event, because as a brand selling since few years, you need to study the trends in seasonality. So you see through all the year how much, velocity and how much sales you get for X product, for X category, and prepare with some, higher margin to prepare for that stock in advance. So inventory is very important, of course, to have in place. The second thing is your advertising strategy. Again, talking about the advertising. So normally what I do with my clients during the peak events, I have kind of 3 phases of preparation of advertising with different types of campaigns. Each type of campaign has different, let's say, goal. So we have the lead up phase, and which goes 2 to 3 weeks before the peak event. And we have the lead-in phase, which is during the event, those couple of days of deals. And then we have the lead out phase, which is post the event. So the lead up phase, it's a phase where you actually create a momentum of visibility and aggressively bidding and actually seeing what's the searches, how you're gonna bring more traffic, visibility. So it's really based on a lot of sponsored brand ads, sponsored display ads, showcasing your brand store with different range of products, brands, putting a banner of there is a deal coming on that page. So people are being aware, and they're building this awareness so they can come back on the day to come to buy because you have a deal. So leading up it means creating that traffic and that momentum. Then the lead-in is more focused on those products where you had actually, where you have the discounts and the deals. So you really for me, I would be more focused on the sponsored product campaigns because they bring the highest conversion, but don't neglect and avoid the sponsored brands and sponsored display. So it's very important to be on all the placements on Amazon. First search pages, product pages, everywhere. Top and bottom, everywhere, really. And then the post event, it's very important, even though your deal is ended, but there are some people who might be seeing your product or maybe put it in the basket and they forgot to come back, something happened. So this is very important to bring back those people who have seen your products in your deal and create an engagement and loyalty within those customers, to mainly launch a sponsored display ads to retarget those people who have seen your products or have seen similar products to yours. So maybe they didn't see your product, but they have seen similar. So in this case, if your margin allows, you can even offer a discount like a coupon or something post the event, and you retarget those people to have them, of course, convert and buy your product. So it's very, again, important to prepare your inventory in place, create a strategy and put a budget into place, and optimize. Optimization is the key always, and especially use some automation tools when it comes to advertising. Let's name them like PackView, for example, that help you with day parting, because the deal and the event is very, very specific time where people can be connected in specific hours. So knowing when your customers are looking at your product and where and which hours your customers are converting is very important, where you allocate most of that budget to help increase sales. So day parting is really important as well to put in place.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for this wide discussion of how to earn money in Q4. That's, I think, very important right now for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think our time is going out. So I would ask you the one final question.
Yeah.
Because our podcast is full of takeaways, I will not ask you about the takeaways. I will ask you, what is your secret to a successful life in general? What can you share, not about the Amazon e-commerce, about like in general, whatever people do, what would you suggest them?
I believe to be always open-minded and always open to learning. I think learning, it doesn't depend on the age, on the culture, or the country, or even on a background or experience. Even in our field, okay, I come from a business and marketing background, like academically, but there are people I know who's very successful coming from engineering backgrounds, coming from any technical backgrounds. So wherever you feel there is a passion and you're keen to learn, keep learning. So learning non-stop, open-minded, travel a lot like you do as well. So traveling is very important, meet people from everywhere, and especially learn also from others in the industry, because it's very important to meet people, to learn from them. And I would say, especially for people who are starting businesses, like myself, is like to have mentors. It's very important to have mentors to help you who are already entrepreneurs and have more experience in the field. And it's very important to keep learning and, watching and, following. So,
Three people. You need 3 people around you that will 100% believe in you. That's all. Just 3 people. Surround yourself with 3 people that 100% believe in you. It doesn't matter what happens, they believe in you and everything will go up.
Absolutely. And before all, you believe in yourself. That's the most important.
Of course. Okay, Sarra, thank you very much. Absolutely wonderful podcast today. So guys, if you have any questions about Amazon listings, promotion in Amazon, selling in Amazon, please contact Sarra. All the details are under this video. And I'm sure she will help you and we'll be glad to see your successes. And if you have any questions about fulfillment, inventory, storage all over the Europe, just remember we've got 11 warehouses in Europe and in the USA. We do the final mile delivery. We do the Amazon prep service. So anything that is connected with logistics and fulfillment, please contact us and our team will love to help you.
Send us an email, ask your question. Our key account manager will help you to grow your business to a new level. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you that you subscribe and stay tuned. Good luck!